Right, it looks like we are live with our new fancy layout. Very good. Welcome to the class. My name is Sebastian Brosch. I am the head honcho at Yoga for BJJ, and this 60-minute class is going live right now, and maybe you're watching this in the future. This was live once on BJJ Eastern Europe as well as yogaforbjj.net and inside the apps. Today's class is focusing on the legs. It's an all-around 60-minute class which will make you sweat a little bit and feel good everywhere, but we focus mostly on legs, a little bit of the hips, and of course we move the shoulders. We move everything, but we talk more and focus more on the legs today. Start on your back. Take 5 breaths, close your eyes. Breathing through the nose, in and out. First exercise. Grab your left knee, wrap your hands around your left knee and stretch the right heel away from you. And then switch sides. About 1 breath for each rep. So inhale, exhale, and then switch. Depending on where you are today in your body, if it's early in the morning or late at night or in the middle of the day, just tune the speed and the intensity to where you feel okay. So not too hard, not too soft. So don't be lazy and don't overdo it. Try to find a nice balanced approach. Keep going like this, but instead of holding in front of your knee now, hold behind your hamstring so that you're straightening the leg and your leg is almost pulling your arms a bit. So you're switching legs, but you also pull your leg and your leg pulls your arms. If you want to hold behind the hamstring or the knee or even higher, it's up to you. So grab wherever you can grab. And if you have jiu-jitsu pants like I do, you can hold on to the pants if your legs aren't weirdly long. And then you can start picking up the pace, going not with the breath, but just scissoring your legs from side to side. So it might be that you're holding on low on the hamstring, if that feels better, or if you're super stiff. Or if you have really short legs, weirdly short legs like I do, you can grab the foot too. It doesn't matter. Just go from side to side. A progressive approach is what we're aiming at. So we're not going 100% and doing 10 reps at 100%. We're going 45% and then 48%. Slowly working ourselves higher and higher, but not higher than like 75, 80%. You don't want to go to your maximum range of motion at this point. This is just warming up. Interlace your fingers behind your back, wide feet in the ground, lift your hips, and then knees over to the right. Drop your hips. Take a breath. And then switching to the other side. Wide knees, flex your feet, engage the right hip so you're driving your hips sideways, pushing your knees into the ground. Take a breath. And then switching sides again. Now you can bob your left knee into your right foot, and then you switch. So it's not completely static. It's more or less static, but you're just tapping your knee on your foot or in the ground or in the air. So go from side to side, windshield wiping action in your legs. This is internal rotation of your femur bone, which is a fancy way of saying that your leg is turning inwards, which can feel really good in the front thigh and in the outside of the hips or wherever you feel it. If you feel it and it feels good, then it's good. Feet together, grab your feet with both hands. So clasp your hands around your feet. Spread your legs apart so knees go out. And then lift your hips and wobble a little bit from side to side. So imagine you're a dog and you're wagging your tail. Whenever you start breathing through the mouth, calm down a bit and start nose breathing again. So return to nose breathing as often as you need if you find yourself panting or just breathing through the mouth. Now, hold on to both feet individually and then stretch the right leg out as far to the side as you can. And if that makes you fall over, you fall over. The leg does not have to become straight. Just try to straighten it, and if it shakes, good, bend it again, stretch the other one. Progressive approach, we're not trying to hold static, holding our breath and shaking like crazy. Then we're just confirming that we're super stiff. We are trying to trick our body into becoming flexible by slow increments, incremental progression of intensity. A few more from side to side. This is a perfect drill to start your open guard retention drills. So this is something everybody should do before every jiu-jitsu class if you're going to play open guard. All right, keep holding on to the feet. Start rocking up and down. Start rocking up and down. If it's impossible to rock all the way up to your butt, holding onto your feet, then you have a problem. But the good news is that if you keep trying, you are fixing your problem. Keep rolling up and down. And then stop balancing on your butt, engaging your core. Stretch your right leg out as far as you can. And then roll back. Roll up and try to catch your balance without placing the feet in the ground. Stretch your left leg out as far as you can. Rolling back one more time. Rolling up to the butt. Maybe try to stretch both legs out as far as you can. Roll back. And roll all the way up into a squat. Stay in a squat. Go a little bit from side to side. Clasp your hands. Warm up your wrists before we come over to all fours. Move your neck around. Move everything that feels like it needs moving right now. Sit down on the ground again. Heels together, butterfly, guard. Hands behind you, maybe on your fingertips. And then drive your knees forward, maybe even tap the ground with your knees. Sit down on the butt, arms up on the inhale, and then exhale, go forward as far as you can. And then arms up, inhale, and on the exhale, tap your hands with your feet. And then start over, butterfly guard. Thrust your hips forward on the exhale. Inhale, sit down. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, feet to hands. Repeat, butterfly guard. Inhale to prep. Exhale, drive your knees forward. Inhale, sit down. Knees down, exhale. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, forward. Inhale, hands up. And exhale, feet to hands. Nice. Over to a squat. Sit down on the knees. Take a breath on your knees. If this hurts one ankle, just do it on the healthy ankle. If it hurts to stay with your feet flat, sit on your toes. Find a way to work around your problems. Don't stop doing yoga because you have a problem, because the problems will accumulate. If you do yoga, the problems will be maintained and possibly fixed. Interlace your fingers, palms up, straighten your arms overhead, take a breath. And then drop your hips over to the left, big side stretch, banana through your back. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center, maybe lift your hips. Exhale, drop your hips over to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop your hips, other side. All the way up, drive your hips forward, chest up, take 2 breaths. And then interlace your fingers behind your back, maybe switching the crossing of your thumbs, and then stretching the arms as straight as you can. And if you find that this is a challenge for your hands, if your hands are not doing what you ask them, be patient and do something today that's on your limit, and then next week maybe try a little bit more intense. So a lot of people that have stiff shoulders cannot do what I'm doing now, palms together, arms straight, but that should be the goal. Roll your neck from side to side while you're here. Stretching the side of the neck and the back of the neck. Avoid going in circles, because I know some people that have neck issues, they get more hurt by doing big circles. So we're only doing half circles. Nice. And then top of the head to the ground, roll your neck around, wrestler's warm up. If you want to do this with the knees off the ground, depending on your weight and your neck, you can do that. But just move around so that your neck feels good. Good stuff. Back into a turtle position, take a breath. Big inhale. And a long, slow exhale. Spinal roll forward to all fours, and then do a cat and cow. So arch your back and then round your spine and come back to turtle. Do that a few times. Turtle, all fours. Back bend on the inhale and a round on the exhale. Back to turtle, repeating that a couple of times. Nice. Down dog, so from plank, drive your hips back, bend one knee, stretch the other leg, drop your head. And if your shoulders are pinching here, wider hands, turn your fingers out, maybe even bend the elbows a little bit, but eventually you will want straight elbows without any neck or shoulder tension here. So remove all tension from your shoulders and neck, however you want to do that. Take a few breaths. Take an extra few breaths in down dog, stretching your calves, the back of your ankles, the back of your knees, and the hamstrings. Walk your hands back to your feet. Bend your knees so that you're in a squat. Lift your face and inhale. And on your exhale, fold forward, straighten your legs. Again, inhale, squat, look up. Exhale, fold. And don't do it in my rhythm. Try to slow down as much as you can. So you're going really slow on the inhale. And super long, slow exhale. Do a few more of these where you try to breathe really slowly and move really slowly. One tip if you're new is to spend most of the time in the movement in the last 50%. So we're not going like this. We're going a bit fast in the beginning, and then we slow down the closer we get to the maximum range of motion. So when you inhale, you go up, and then you kind of stay up, and then as you exhale, you start really fast, and then you slow down when you're reaching your limit. Do a couple more of these. The reason that most people are inflexible that have tried yoga is because of impatience. Because we did like 5, 6, 7 reps now, and by this time most people that are impatient have already stopped before you start feeling the really nice sensation and before you start getting into the zone and start actually relaxing where you are tense. So if you don't have patience, you will never succeed with this practice. Walk your hands forward to a downward facing dog. Take a breath in down dog. And then start your long walk towards your hands. Don't move your hands, just move your legs. And if you can, keep the legs straight the whole way forward. If you need to come up on your fingertips or bend your knees, that's fine, but keep your legs straight as long as you can. No reason to look at the hands. Drop your head and hang. And suddenly we are in a forward fold next to our hands or at the top of the mat. Climb your hands up on your shins and then lift your chest and look forward. Inhale here in 90 degrees position. Bend your knees, exhale and fold forward. Repeating that. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend and fold. Repeat. Repetition does not equal boring. If you are bored, you have a psychological issue that you will have to fix on your own. I can't help you with that, but I can help you get more flexible if and only if you have the patience. Two more. And you might notice that when you shut up and do it, you are noticing subtle differences between each repetition. One bonus one. When you turn like this and when you breathe like this happens. This is the art of learning, and learning is exactly what you're doing now. Bend your knees and roll all the way up to standing. And I usually get a little low blood pressure, so I always go back down a bit and then come up again so that I don't kind of faint. Sun salutation A, straight forward, arms up. Inhale. Exhale, stick your butt behind you, swan dive down slowly. Bend your knees always. And then when you're at the bottom, you can straighten your legs if you want to. Half lift, inhale. Palms down, step back to plank. Big inhale in plank, straight, strong body. Exhale, lean forward over your toes, lower down. 3 back bends. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, forward down. Squeeze your elbows in. Lift, inhale. Exhale, down. Shoulders back, behind your back. Inhale, cobra lift. Exhale, down. Toes in the ground. Inhale to prep. Slow push up all the way to plank. Back to dog. Take a breath. Take another breath. And then feet together and walk your feet forward slightly so that you can bend your knees while still having a lot of weight into your hands. Look between your hands and inhale. Exhale, jump or float forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold with bent knees. Your belly should be touching your thighs. All the way up, inhale. Exhale, start over. Let's do this a couple of more times. Inhale, sun salutation. A, arms up. Exhale, fold. Half lift, strong back, straight back. Exhale, step back to plank. Strong body straight, inhale. Exhale, lower down, squeezing your elbows in. High lift with the chest. Inhale, cobra pose. Press your fingers down. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, toes in the ground. Exhale, come straight. Your whole body should be straight while you're coming up to plank. Going back to dog. This time in dog, come up on your toes and move both heels over to the right. And drive your hips backwards so that you get a long, nice side stretch through your left side. Switching on your toes and then heels towards the left. You will feel that you get pushed forward to plank here. So your hands and your arms will have to push you back towards your hips. So you're trying to stay in down dog even though your butt is heavy and wants to push you forward to plank. Your goal is to push yourself back as far as you can. Back to center, squat down, inhale. Step, jump or float forward between your hands. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. All the way up, inhale. Exhale, start over. One more round without stopping. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down. Cobra, inhale. Exhale, down. Toes tucked, inhale. Exhale, plank. Back to down dog. Bend your knees, look forward, inhale. Exhale, jump, step or float. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. All the way up, inhale. Exhale, hands down. One more round, inhale. Exhale. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plank. Inhale. Lower down, exhale. Cobra pose, inhale. Exhale, down. Tuck your toes, inhale. Exhale, plank. Back to dog. Take a moment in dog. So we slowly warmed up. We've been doing this for about 24 minutes now. So we are warm now. We've started to move and we stop feeling so rusty. Every night it is as if we are rusting. And every day when we move it is as if we are taking WD-40 and spraying into our joints. And if you move well, it's really good WD-40. And if you move really badly, like you're sitting all the time or hunched over, it's like you're putting water in the joints. It makes them rust more. Step your right foot on the outside of the right hand. I'm, by the way, not so famous for my metaphors. Right arm forward, big handshake far in front of you. And then back knee down, right arm up, straighten the right leg. I call this the reverse triangle. Back to lizard lunge, hands down, inhale. And then on your exhale, step back to dog. Same thing, second side. Left foot forward, lizard lunge. Handshake the left hand far forward. And then back knee down, left leg straight, left arm up, reverse triangle. Ooh. Lizard lunge, inhale. Exhale, dog. Again, right foot forward. Inhale, handshake. Exhale, reverse triangle. Inhale, lizard. Exhale, dog, do a little squat. Inhale, left lizard. Inhale, exhale, reverse triangle. Inhale, lizard, take a moment. Exhale, dog and a squat. One more, right foot. Inhale. Exhale, reverse triangle, take a moment. And from here, lizard pose with your knee down, grab your back foot, grab it from the inside so that you're holding on to the inner ankle, thumb pointing down towards your knee. From here, square off your shoulders and hips so that your arm is pulling your heel towards your butt. Don't make funny faces, don't grunt, don't hold your breath. Don't be a little whiny bitch. This is good for you. If you quit, you give up on yourself. Stop doing that. Slowly release, stepping back to dog, grabbing your right ankle with your left hand. So to give our shoulder and arm a little bit of rest, bend your right knee, grab the ankle or wherever you can, and then slowly straighten and push the right heel down. Look under your right armpit. Extend your shoulder away from your arm, shoulder away from your back. So you're lifting your head high away from the ground. Good stuff. Release. Same thing again, stepping forward with the left foot, left arm forward. Inhale. Exhale, reverse triangle. Inhale, lizard. Exhale, dog. Same flow, 5 times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, dog. Right side, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Final round, left foot, inhale. Exhale. Stay here. And then lizard pose. Use your hamstring and pull your heel in. Grab your inner ankle. Square off your shoulders and hips and move your hand, knee and foot around so that you feel like you are in balance. You should not be weighing all your body weight in one place. It should be distributed evenly. And then slowly release, stepping back to down dog. Let's do some sun salutation C's, which is a lot of right and left, but it feels really good. So pay attention. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, jump or step forward. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. All the way up, inhale. Exhale, clasp your hands behind your back. Start by stretching your arms straight, doing a back bend, hips forward, chest up. Take an inhale here. Keep your hands where they are, bend your knees, stick your butt behind you and fold forward. Keep clasping your hands behind your back. Take a breath. And then hands down, maybe hands on the chins, half lift. Inhale. Right foot only steps back to low lunge. Knee down, arms up. Catch your elbows overhead. Take a breath in a low lunge, deep lunge. Maybe go really deep here if you feel like it, but keep your legs strong and engaged. And then hands down, straighten both legs, flex your left foot. So if your legs are really long, then go deeper. It's actually easier to go more split if you're inflexible than trying to reach the floor with narrow legs. So even if you feel inflexible, slide out as far as you can here. If you are really flexible, it's also okay to stand with narrow legs. Take a breath. And then step back to dog and roll through a vinyasa. So dog to plank. On your exhale, lower down. Lift your chest on the inhale. And on the exhale, go down and then push straight back to plank, back to dog. Right leg out behind you. 3 rolling knees. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, foot up. Knee to nose, exhale. Final one, inhale. Knee to nose, foot between the hands, low lunge, catch the elbows. So start high and strong, and then lower as deep as you can without crunching your right hip. So keep pushing your right foot into the ground while you're dropping the hips. Hands down. Same side again. So give me a moment. I'm thinking. We just did the right side, didn't we? We stepped back with the right foot. No, I'm just confused. Yeah, stay here. I just mixed up the left and right side. I think I had a little bit too much alcohol before the class. Yeah, so either, like I said, either split the legs away from each other if you're inflexible. If you're flexible, then keep your hands on the floor and just fold over your right leg. Sometimes I like to trick myself, so one part of my brain shuts off while the other ones are having a laugh. Take a moment. And then step both feet forward, half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. All the way up, inhale. Exhale, clasp your hands behind your back. Back bend, chest up, hips forward, take a breath. Inhale, keep looking up. Exhale, bend your knees, stick your butt out behind you and fold deep. Hands down, half lift, inhale. Exhale, step your left foot back only. This time, high lunge. So back knee is not in the ground, arms up. Try to lift your back heel high, so stand really tall and then bend your front leg. So not like this, more like this. Not like this, more like this. Go a bit deeper and maybe lift your right heel too. Really feel how it feels to be super engaged in your legs. Squeeze your butts together so that you lift your chest high and then go even deeper. Good stuff. Hands down. Stepping back to dog, rolling through a vinyasa on your own, which is dog plank, floor, back bend. And then back to plank, back to dog. Take a breath. And then left leg out behind you, bend and open, inhale. Knee to nose 3 times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Foot between the hands, high crescent lunge. Arms up. So straight right leg. Stand on your toes as much as you can and then bend the front knee. Not here, here. Not here, here. And then go as deep as you can and maybe lift your front heel too. Stand on toes. Lift your chest, hug your belly in, super strong. Hands down, step forward, half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold and stay here for 3 breaths. And then sit down on your butt, roll back to upside down guard, and take 3 breaths here. Roll all the way up to chair pose, using your hands in the ground if you need to. Butt back, stand on your feet, on the soles of your feet and lift your toes. Hands can be in front of your chest or up. Let your shoulders decide. Take a breath. And then squat down, crow pose, lean forward, shelf your elbows, lean your knees on top of your triceps and lift your feet. If you're not there yet, stay with the feet in the ground and lower your head until your butt becomes so light that your feet eventually lifts. 3, 2, 1. Stepping back to dog, rolling through yet another vinyasa. Plank, floor, back bend, plank, dog. Take a breath in dog. We are now doing sun salutation B. So we started with A and then we did some C's. Now we're doing sun salutation B. Don't worry about the order or the names. Just recap what we did. Right leg out behind you. Slowly roll the knee to your right elbow. Look towards the left and kick your leg out towards the left, feet to the ground. So your legs are in 90-degree angle, left arm up. This is called a fallen triangle in yoga language. If you want a variation, grab your foot and move your foot forward. Just kidding, don't worry about it. Back to three-legged dog, right leg out behind you. And then knee to nose, foot between the hands. Crescent pose again. This time, just hold your hands on the hips. Hold on to your hips, squeeze your shoulders and elbows together behind your back. Same crescent like we did before. Less hair, more hair. But now, keep your hands exactly where they are and feel your hips not opening or closing. Keep your hips super straight. Lean forward, lift your back leg. You will notice a tendency for your left hips to open. That's what we don't want. You want to stay super strong and leveled. Keep your right knee bent and stretch out through your back foot. Imagine that you're still standing in the ground with the left leg. Hold your balance, keep breathing. And from here, stand up, grab your left knee, keep balancing on your right foot. Whoa, if you have a wall, use it for support. If you're drunk like me, not really, just kidding. Hold your balance, don't hold your breath. And then arms up, foot out, 3, 2, 1, all the way down to standing splits. Hands in the ground, make a triangle between your hands and your foot. Lower your head and lift your left leg up as high as you can. And then do a couple of handstands just to give your legs some rest. So just jump up and shake your foot out a couple of times. Another one. And then down dog vinyasa. Plank floor, back bend, plank dog. Same sequence, second side. Left leg out, bend and open, inhale. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Look towards the right. Stretch your leg under your body. Side plank with 90 degrees between your legs. Hold here for a moment. If you didn't get my joke, try gate pose again. Kind of an advanced pose that nobody can do almost. Don't worry about it. Three-legged dog. Foot between the hands, crescent pose. Less hair, more hair. Less hair, more hair. Hands on the hips, shoulders back. Don't pull your shoulders down, pull your shoulders back and tuck your chin. Don't let your chin stretch out like this, tuck it in. Feel your right foot. Feel the pressure that it generates through your leg. That pressure has to stay when you lean forward. So keep imagining that the foot is in the floor, but lean forward, lift the leg and keep your back leg straight and engaged. Don't let your hips roll open, that makes it too easy. You want to work your left leg hard here. This is a leg focused class, and this is time where you really need to focus on your leg strength. Keep your hips level, keep your spine straight. 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. Grab your right knee, find the balance. Whew. If you manage to place your body just above your left foot, then it's not hard. If you keep not finding your balance, this is super hard. Technique makes everything easy and simple. Leg out, arms up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, standing splits. Hands down, left foot back. Keep your right leg straight. Drop your hip, drop your head. Look up on your right foot. Take a breath. And then shake it out with a couple of handstands, just for the hell of it. Vinyasa, down dog, plank, floor, back bend, plank, dog. Place your knees down. Let's have a little rest on our knees. Spine straight. You can drop your head and stretch your neck a bit. Just feel your breath. Let's move over to some stretchy poses. So from all fours, bring your right knee forward and angle your right shin in the correct angle. And which the correct angle is, for me, is personal, it's different from you, but the correct angle is never straight like this. There has to be an angle so that the foot is tweaking your knee a little bit so that you're using your shin as a lever to stretch your right butt. If this hurts your knee, you're too stiff, then you need to go somewhere here and kind of cheat your way into it and not go too hard. Because knees are weak, butts are stiff. So when you try to stretch your butt using your knee, which you kind of have to, you need to be careful. Most people in jiu-jitsu will eventually, every black belt in jiu-jitsu has had problems with the meniscus and the ligaments around the knee, because the knee is definitely the weakest joint, the weakest link when you're playing jiu-jitsu. That's why everybody has knee problems. So that's why you need to stretch everything. You don't stretch the knee itself, but you kind of use the knee as a little lever to get through to your stiff muscles. But you need to use sensibility here. I prefer coming down to my elbows and resting my head. That's personal. It took me at least 5 years to figure out how to do pigeon pose perfectly for my body type. Both sides are really different for me. That took another 5 years to figure out. Remember that jiu-jitsu is not the problem, yoga is not the problem, you are the whole problem. Every problem that you have is created by you, which is really good news. If you can accept that, it means that you can fix it. If the problem is jiu-jitsu or yoga or something else, you're in a bad position, because then you can't fix it, then you're a victim. So as soon as you realize that you're the problem, you are halfway to the solution. And the problem that makes you really stiff is your attitude towards your own body and towards learning and towards the time it takes to progress at something. You're impatient and you're a bit stupid sometimes, and I'm of course not talking about you personally, this is to every person in the world. And even the people who are perfect, they weren't born perfect. They worked themselves towards perfection. And you have to copy their attitude, their patience, their perseverance, grit, openness, humbleness. Those are traits of perfect people that you should copy if you want to achieve perfection. Switching sides. If Tony Robbins calls in sick, I'm going to jump in for him because I'm such a great motivational speaker. I'm actually so good at motivational speaking that I started demotivational speaking. I tell people how much they suck because no one else is telling them. Everybody's just trying to make friends and nobody wants to be honest. So I'm here to tell you that you absolutely suck and you're a horrible person, but the good news is that you can fix it. And if you're not lazy and just watching this on Facebook, if you're actually doing the class, you don't have to believe me. You can just check in and see how good this feels. It's just as impossible for me to explain or for you to understand how it feels to do a class like this. Just as impossible as it is for me to explain how chocolate tastes when you've never tasted chocolate. Or how special sex is with someone you love when you have never had sex. You can only have an idea about it and it will never be even close to the real thing. So yoga is the most boring thing you can look at because it doesn't make any sense. You cannot fire any mirror neurons in your brain that makes you kind of want to do it. It just looks weird. But when you do it, oh my God, it feels so good. Not while we're doing the tough poses. The tough poses are only there to make the nice poses feel even better. Let's try some twists. Lay down on your back. Twist your knees over to the left. I like rolling completely over on my side and then kind of using a few reps, shoulder circles, arm circles, to get into the right pose. Because if I just go straight into the twist, I hold my breath and I'm in a lot of pain. So I learned to tame my ego and do a little retired person yoga before I go for the good stuff. For many years I used to do stuff like this. And when I'm really sweaty and warm, it feels good. But most days, less is more. Switching sides. Roll over to your right side. Do a few retired rolls. Find the sweet spot and relax as much as you can while your spine is screaming. Back to center, roll up to a seated position. Next you can choose. If you need more hamstrings, do a forward fold. If you're really stiff, do a forward fold like this. If you prefer to do like me, I feel like my quads are the stiffest today, then you just find a kneeling position and lean back, not so that you turn it into a back bend. Squeeze your butt and engage your core and lower down so much that you can feel the front of your hips. Take a couple of more breaths, no matter which pose you're in. And let's finish with a good one. If you are a masochist, you can go like I'm going now, frog pose. If you're not as masochistic, you can go next to a wall and play open guard like this. This is usually too much for most people. If you feel a pinching sensation in your outer hips, you're overdoing it. Find a good way to stretch your inner thighs. Take another few breaths in your inner thigh stretch. And then find your way up to a seated position. Cross your ankles and fold forward. It doesn't matter how deep you fold. It matters how deep you breathe. Slowly come up and switch the crossing of your legs. Same thing again. Lean with your elbows in your knees. Can be step 1. Down dog can be step 2. Elbows can be step 3. Couple of more breaths. Slowly come up, keep your eyes closed if you want to. Take a couple of minutes in a relaxed seated position. If you have trouble sitting, sit next to a wall so that you can lean back into the wall. And try to breathe so softly that you cannot hear your breath either on the inhale or the exhale. Take a deep inhale. Hold your breath at the top. Through your nose, exhale slowly. Keep your breath out. Open your eyes if they were closed. Just like chocolate, sex, or jiu-jitsu, this practice gets us into a unique state of being that is impossible to describe. It can only be experienced. If you watched this class and didn't take it, feel free to take the class again on yogaforbjj.net or in the apps. We're on every platform. So check out our library of videos. Every week we do 3 live classes. With me, Sarah, and Adam, all black belts. Between us, we have 3 world champion titles, and we are really good at jiu-jitsu, but we're even better at helping people not suck at sitting, standing, walking. We want you to be fully functional in your family and work life, as well as be able to kick ass on the mat. And we can do that, but you need to stop being lazy, and you need to put in a lot of effort and have patience. But I can promise you, if you do that, you will get results that you can only dream of right now. You can't probably even imagine it. Join me next week for the next same kind of session, different team next week. Saturdays with Sarah, Mondays with Adam, or check out the library. Thank you guys for today. Us.